Yo, what's going on, chat? It's your boy Bev here, bringing you guys another trade recap. This is how I lost $1,000, but then decided to make it all back with dividends for a grand total of $1,400. So to the market maker that's out there purposely targeting my stop loss and my stop loss only, I'm on to you. So here are the receipts. Starting February off right up $215 across two accounts. So you can see here. First trade I took minus 482. Second trade I took was 564 plus 141. That right there equates to about $700 or so, or just slightly over. Let me go ahead and show y'all the other account as well. So boom, right there. There we go, chat. So without any further ado, man, let's go ahead and just hop straight into the recap. So I'm gonna go ahead and replay this to the first setup. So let's go ahead and start off on I believe I started on the daily today, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so on the daily for today, let me go ahead and just edit these charts real quick. Let me just go ahead and clean them up. Okay, so starting into today, I saw we swept out this sell side here. We also took out these previous day's lows whilst respecting this. I don't even know what you would call this. I guess it's a volume imbalance here. While respecting this volume imbalance. And just by the way the wick was on the daily candle, I was kind of like, all right, you know what? Looks like the daily candle wants to expand to the upside. More than likely, we're probably going to be bullish. But of course, I'm gonna go into the lower time frame. I'm gonna go into the lower time frames to go ahead and confirm that. So from here, made my way down onto the 4-hour. Let me see. Let me make sure it's 10 a.m. here actually. Okay, yeah, it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and just go back onto the 4-hour. So coming onto the 4-hour, we see here price sold all the way off. We took off those my fault, not took off. We took out those previous day's lows that I had mentioned, coming into discount of the range. So we ended up coming into discount of the range, came into this order block right here on the 4-hour discounted order block. We respect the consequent encroachment, which is basically just a halfway point. And we see here we had a huge expansion to the upside. We invalidated pretty much, I believe there was a N dog or N wog there. Let me verify that. Yeah, so I believe we ended up filling up the entire N wog, flipping it, closing through it. So that right there was my telltale sign that more than likely we probably did want to go higher and seek out the highs up here. So it's a 6 a.m. candle, right? Yeah, 6 a.m. candle. So unfortunately, Nasdaq at the time did not get a change in the state of delivery on the 4-hour. However, I did see that ES did get that change in the state of delivery, just for the simple fact that this set of down close candles here that swept out this low, we got to close through that right here, putting in that change in the state of delivery. So from there, we had that higher time frame confirmation showing that we more than likely wanted to start moving higher after rebalancing the range and respecting this discounted order block. So going down onto the 1 minute, we see we also did put in that change in the state of delivery on the hourly, confirming order flow out of the 4-hour and the daily. So right here we see Asia opens, comes up, we come down into that 4-hour order block, we sweep out the low, close back within the range here. So you can see right here, we swept out the low and we close back into the range. We then displace further, breaking structure right here, putting in that change in the state of delivery right here on the 1-hour and closing through the NWOG. So you can see here we had multiple signs showing that we did want to move higher. So again, we come down, take out Asia low, sweep it, close back within the range, we displace up, we leave this fair value gap here as a breakaway gap as it never got filled. We break structure here, fill in the NWOG, and then boom, there's that change in the state of delivery. So what is it that we have that we can target? We have this N dog above us that's a good drawn liquidity as well, this high, and we also have these highs up there as well that are relatively equal. So as you can see here, we do have SMT with it, as we did not take it out here on NQ, but ES did take out those highs, as you can see. However, though, what are the higher time frames telling us? The higher time frames are telling us that we want to move higher, we want to go bullish. We don't have any confirmations here showing that we want to go lower. And also on top of that, we do have this N dog here and this N dog up here as well as relative equal highs for us to target, and as well as that Asia high from Thursday. And those are also 4-hour highs, which in case you guys don't know, 4-hour highs are also very straw draw on liquidity. So, I'm having several time frames here aligned saying that they want to go higher. More than likely, we're probably going to be bullish. So if we go ahead and drop down onto the 15-minute time frame, huge displacement to the upside. 930 basically just opens. I don't even think we made a bottom wick on. Yeah, we made a bottom wick, very small bottom wick. But from there, we pretty much just straight up displace higher, breaking structure, creating important first presented gaps coming into the market open. And again, we see here relative equal highs, relative equal highs for us to target. So I did take 2 trades today. Unfortunately, the first one was a loser. In my opinion, was just I feel like it was a valid setup. However, though, looking at it in the grand scheme of things, it was kind of a bit too premium in my opinion. So I'm gonna go ahead and just dive right into that. So you can see here we have this 15-minute fair value gap, broke structure right here through these highs and this high right here. So in theory, if we're truly bullish, this gap should hold and send us higher. So scaling down onto the entry model. So let's see, where's 10 a.m. Okay, so right here 10 a.m. Unfortunately, you see, we don't get an open low high close. We get an open high, which that itself, if you're looking for shorts, if you're looking for longs, ideally you want to open low, high close. But in this case, we got an open high, low close. So that's kind of where I went wrong. As you can see here, price still, just delivered, just kind of was trending throughout the day. Not really, price didn't really offer a retracement at all. If we go ahead and take a look at 930, we can see here, gaps basically were just being failed to get filled. So we have this one gets failed, have left is equal lows, breakaway gets filled. This right here, it relies on the order block. But yeah, price was pretty much just trending today. It was very obviously, very bullish, just for the simple fact that we weren't really filling in these imbalances. So right here, as soon as we came to the 15, reason I took this, we came down, swept out the sell side right here, and as soon as we swept out the sell side, we displace up, broke structure right here, inverting this 1-minute gap that sent price to the downside. In the process, we also created this important 1-minute fair value gap, and within the next candle here, you'll see we put in a change in the state of delivery. So as soon as we put in the change in the state of delivery, I went ahead and set a limit on this on the CISD, which would be right here, as it is the last set of down close candles before the sweep of liquidity, which occurred right here on this low. So I went ahead and set a limit there. We get tagged pretty much damn near instantly, and straight to fucking stop loss. Not even a single tick in profit. Just straight up reverse, came down. And at this point, I was debating on hopping off the charts. However, though, I want to see how price wants to react to this 15-minute gap. Also, we did have this bearish S&T up there as well, but in my opinion, it wasn't really made inside of any relevant or important key level. And on top of that, the day was definitely bullish, and as you can see, failing to fill shit in. Very obvious, more than likely this S&P probably was not going to hold. And on top of that, we didn't really have any higher time frame confirmations, as you can see here. Really no confirmations anywhere. If we were to get a change in state, it would quite literally be all the way down here. And you kind of got to think of it logically sometimes, like, okay, is the market likely to dump 400 points? Probably not, especially when you create gaps like this. More than likely, it's probably going to continue to trend and continue to be bullish until proven otherwise. So if we go ahead and just hop straight into the second setup, we're gonna go. We're going. Where's 11 a.m.? Okay, 11 a.m. is right here. So 11 a.m. Boom. We open low, sweep of sell side here. Boom. Open low, sweep of sell side inside that 15-minute. On top of that, we also swept out the previous 15-minute candle low as well. So go ahead and delete that. You can see we sweep out the previous 15-minute candle low inside that 15-minute, that broke structure, and we start to displace to the upside, as you will see here very shortly. So right here, we displaced up. Whoop, not mean to do that. So right here, we displaced up. I did not get a fill at this time. I did try to. What did I say? I was originally going to enter off this change in the state of delivery, but as you see, it never ends up getting filled. So you see, pretty much price takes off without us. From there, I scaled onto the higher time frames in terms of minutes. I saw we pretty much had the same model: 3-minute inversion, 3-minute fair value gap, with and they decided to overlap. So right there is a balanced price range. Cat has my tongue today. I apologize. So right here we had this inversion, change in the state of delivery, 3-minute fair value gap that broke structure. creating a balanced price range. So my target was the 10 a.m. highs here, and until this was taken, I decided to just go ahead and leave my limit here at the 3 minute. And as you go ahead and see here, price pretty much, we edge that high, we come into the 3 minute, and we go straight to TP without a single tick of drawdown. So that was the second trade that I took today that pretty much netted me $700 across 2 accounts. So start off the morning pretty shabby. The first trade that I took over here, this trade right here, lost 500. Well, I think it was we lost 480 across 2 accounts, basically $1,000. So from there, I was like, you know what? I still feel like the narrative, the draw is still pretty much higher. And if you go ahead and look at the higher time frame, we perfectly respect the consequent encroachment of the fair value gap. So yeah, like we wicked past it or whatever, but we failed to close below it or even near it. So I was still, you know what, we're more than likely bullish, still showing signs of bullishness just for the simple fact that we're respecting the PDA raise and respecting that consequent encroachment. So yeah, was completely right on my idea. This time, this one right here, unfortunately, just bad timing. Decided to try to long a open high, low, close candle, but as you can see, 11 a.m. open low, display sub, market structure break, breaker block, inversions, the whole 9 yards there with the change in the state of deliveries. So you can see here, price came back down at 11:48 near the macro time, filled us in, swept out sell side, and immediately went to take profit without a single ticket drawdown. So yeah, that's pretty much how I made 1.4K on the day, making back my loser with dividends. So to the market maker out there targeting my stop loss, you can piss off. I made my money back. But just make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe to my channel if you're fucking with the content. Ideally, I do try to trade every single day if there is a setup that presents itself. However, though, if there just simply isn't no setup, no trade for me to take, I just sit on my hands and pretty much, sit on a cactus, pretty much. But again, if you learned something, if you enjoyed the video, if you're rocking with me, again, just leave a like, comment, and make sure to, most importantly, subscribe. So until later, whatever time it is for you, I hope you have a blessed day, blessed night, blessed evening, the whole 9 yards. The Bevinator's out.